아니 차가 고장나서 택시 타고 왔다니까. 그 세차장 옆에 있는 당구장 말하는 거 아니야. 너 일로 와. 일로 와. 갖고 와 이씨.
안녕하세요. I'm Brennan and let me teach you how to fight. There are 3 tips in a street fight that you should know. Rule number 1, you should always size up your opponent. For example, if my size is what I am now and I'm facing someone bigger, I know he's going to be strong. So I want to attack vital areas, knees, groin, eyes, and stay away from his arms because he would crush me. Number 2 is be aware of your surroundings because in a street fight, anything goes. Just because you're fighting that one person does not mean there's 2 or 3 coming to get you. So you always be aware of your surroundings no matter what and don't be too focused on fighting that one because there's always going to be 2. And number 3, stay calm and have confidence. Usually when people get into a fight, someone sees nervousness or see them being scared, they feed on that because they're like, oh, he's scared, so I can beat him because I'm not scared. So sometimes being confident and being cocky in a street fight situation can actually help you win the fight because they're thinking, why is he so confident? You know, why is he so cocky? He must know something. So sometimes that actually helps you win. I always imagine myself training, and the way I train is as Goku from Dragon Ball Z, as a Saiyan, which is my fight name. So when I walk into a fight, I'm overconfident, I'm always smiling, and they're never going to guess that, oh, he's scared or not, because I'm always cocky before I go into a fight. The proper way to hold a fist is not like this, not like this, not like this. Proper way is 1, bend the fingers, curl them, like so. One more time, fingers, curl them in, like so. Thumb should be placed here. Constant practice with punching because raising it, at first you have to actually understand and grasp the actual technique in order to increase the speed. So when you're in a stance here and first learning the jab, cross to go 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. So for you to be able to actually go fast, you have to actually learn the actual jab and then cross. So first is actually learning the technique. After you learn the technique, then you can increase the speed because you actually got the motion down. Coach Kwan, thank you so much. 감사합니다. How Coach Kwan taught us is proper stance here. And first, with your stance is up, key, jab, jab, jab 2, jab, jab, jab 2. So that's the proper is when you forward, back, jab 2. So it's like a rhythm going back and forth. So up, key, jab, jab 2. One way to hold back tears is to, there's really no set method to hold back tears because it's not within human nature to hurt. So if someone's never been hit before, it's going to hurt and it's going to bring a lot of emotion because you're in an actual fight and you're being caused physical harm. So there's no really set way to say, oh, hold back your tears by meditating 1,000 times before you fight because there's no set way. If someone's a fighter and they get hit, they're used to it, so it's no big deal. But someone that's not used to fighting, that emotion from experiencing that for the first time can be overwhelming. So there's really no set way to prepare someone to get punched. Also, sometimes when someone gets punched and they cry, that actually can be a trigger for rage for them to actually win the fight. So it depends on the person as well. I think when I was 5 years old, I'm such a bad influence right now. I was 5, so I was in 1st grade then. After school, I was riding the bus. Before I got on the bus, there's one guy, he was just bully, he was messing with me. And then he had to spit in my face. And then I started crying and get really raged. So I attacked his throat, attacked his groin, started punching. And then I snapped then. Sometimes tears can actually be your rage to actually go forward. There are certain ways I use to actually deflect the actual technique. So for example, if we're in a fight and you throw a jab. So there's multiple ways. This time I want you to throw jab and right. So jab, right. So there's multiple ways to do, and more distance you have, so if you throw a jab here, you throw here, you can boom, you can slap. So use that whenever I'm sparring. I usually use angles blocking whenever I'm sparring. So if he throws a jab, so jab, boom, and then he throws a right, boom. So there's a lot of angles you can use and a lot of methods. Most boxers, they use slips. For me, I'm not used to using slips yet, so I usually use my hand slapping, blocking, and that comes from certain styles of Wing Chun and things like that. Wing Chun as well, there's different types of blocks. There is Toksao, Fuksao, Guksao, Crane Swing. So there's different types of blocks in Wing Chun that we learned from there. So for example, jab, Toksao, cross, Toksao, boom. So that's Wing Chun blocking. Okay, so for example, with Coach Kwan, what he taught is here, if you're up key, so jab, here, hook, upper. One more time, if we're in a stance and we're fighting, jab 2, hook, upper, hook, upper, hook, upper. Simple techniques you can use is, for example, the typical bully when it comes to doing pushing, push, here, from here, when you grab, this is S grip, like so, grabbing, and most people do this, it's risky, so you're going to take here, hold it, go forward, and drop him down. That's a wrestling technique called slide by, so that way, slow motion, slow, and here, up, go down, grab behind, myself, pull forward, grab, then from here, you're going to take your left leg, scoop forward, and at the same time, you're going to drive forward and kick this leg out at the same time, taking them down. And that's wrestling slide by. But it has to be really fast, so it's like wax on, wax off. He wants to like ask for my number and shit off, and then walking, and then you grab my wrist and here, and I'm pulling at the same time. When he pulls, 1, 2, up, 3, push, and go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, push, go. So the reason why, because in Taekwondo, they usually teach, which I don't recommend because they teach women like, oh, you should do this, but the guy's really strong. It's impossible. So, especially in the street altercation, you want to go for weak areas. The weak areas that you want to attack is here, nose, and the chin. Is very weak areas. Also, the ears. So, if a girl's like really small, she can't go, it's impossible, it's just weak. So you want to go for the foul area. So he's pulling away, go into it. Boom. 1, 2, up, push. Well, first bit of training that you want to use is warm up. You have to always warm up in stretching. So stretching to the side and stretching your arms. After you've done your stretch, then a little warm up, bouncing forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. Okay, while you're going forward, back, you want to work on your basic punches. Jab, 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 2. When you do 2, make sure you pivot on your foot. So again, jab, 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 2, hook, 2. And remember, inside a street fight, the longest part of your body is your legs. So, whenever you're doing your punches, one simple combination, 1, 2, push. Simple combination, 1, 2, push. And from there, you can keep doing push kicks all day long to keep him away until either someone comes and breaks it up or he gets tired. Full guard, and he's punching here. It's okay, go ahead, punching. Here, grab. He punches this one, grab. Okay, from here, he's holding both wrists, control. Both wrists, here, from here, push in. And so, and that is full guard. He's punching. It's okay. And then from here, 1. From here. 2. Okay. From here, you're gonna push. 1. And that is your armbar. So today we covered punching and combination with striking, tips for a street fight, and a couple other self-defense techniques. As a victim that's been bullied many times, I can tell you that it does get better. You should remember, if you don't remember anything from this video, remember one thing: no one has the right to beat you. No one has the right to hit you. No one has the right to make you feel pain or stress. Hope to see you guys in the future. 안녕.